Hey guys, today we'll be learning about ArrayList in Java. So I've started a main class. I've already created it. It's called main.java. So we'll start by importing some stuff. So we'll import java.util.ArrayList, and then we'll import java.util.collections. And that's it, and then we'll just write public class main, and we'll do public static void main string array args. Then we'll start by creating an array list. So to create an array list, it's similar to a stack. So it's basically they're all collections, right? So we say array list, we reference a class, and in angular brackets we put what we want to hold in an array list. So an array list can only hold objects. It's like a resizable array. You can think of it that way. So basically, you can store any object in here. You can't store primitive types. So basically, we'll let our array list hold strings. We'll just call it list, and we'll set it equal to new array list, and then string. Put some parentheses and semicolon, and then we'll start with one method. It's the add method, so it's pretty easy to work with once you get the hang of it. So it's just list.add, and a lot of collections have this method, the add method. So there's two versions of it. There's this version that we're working with right now. So basically it just adds what you want, what element you want or object. What element or object that you want, it just adds it to the array list. So we'll add an apple. Then we'll add like an orange. We'll just add a banana. Not an orange, sorry, banana. And then we'll add, we'll call list.add pear. We'll just add some more fruits. List.add, we'll add a mango. We'll add an orange. And then we'll add a plum. And then we can print what we just added. So system.out.print, and then you can just print out the array list. So we'll just call our array list. Save that and we'll run it. So there you go, it prints it out, it looks like an array almost, except that it has these brackets here too. So basically, it looks exactly like an array, right? So apple, which starts at index 0, then it goes up to 1, which is banana. Index 1 is banana, index 2 is pear, index 3 is mango, index 4 is orange, and index 5 is plum. And then there's an overloaded version of the method add. So we can go list.add, and then we put the index what we want to add. So we're adding something at index 0. We'll add like a peach to index 0. And then we can print that out again to show you how it changed. Run that. So there you go now. So when it adds something, it shifts everything else that was originally there over. So if you're adding something to index 0, it's going to shift apple, banana, pear, mango, orange, plum. It's going to shift everything over by 1 because we're putting something in at index 0, so it's going to shift everything up by 1. So I'll just show you. We can add something else here, add another index so it's a little bit more clear. So we'll add something at index 1, and we'll just add like we can add some like blackberries. We'll put colon there, set, and then we'll print it out again. List, and then just run that. And then now you can see that blackberries was inserted at index 1, so peach is still there because we didn't put that at 0, so peach isn't going to get shifted over by 1. But everything else got shifted over, so there was originally apple right there at index 1. Then we said list.add at index 1 we want to add blackberries. So we put blackberries at index 1, and then everything including apple and after it got shifted over. So we'll just say that this is overloaded. Overloaded add method. Same thing here. And then after that, what else can we do? We can, so now we can look at another method. It's the get method. So it lets you access something in the list. So we can do, so if you just go list, so basically it's the get method, right? So the get method lets you access an element in the list. But if we just go list.get, and then we're going to get something, we'll get index 0. Let's just get index 0 to make it easy. List.get, list.get 0. Is ignored, right? Yeah, so it's telling, basically what I was trying to say is that if we just do that, it should compile, but it's not going to do anything because this isn't going to do anything. That's what I was thinking. So then basically we have to do system.out .println list.get 0. Now it's going to retrieve it. It should work now. So it should return to us peach. It's funny because not in every IDE will give you an error for that. It'll just keep it blank, so that's why I was just kind of checking it. Because I used to use VS Code before this, but I noticed IntelliJ is like, it's better for Java. Specifically, it's just like, it's more like user friendly and stuff. It has like all the methods that you want at hand whenever you need it. Basically, the support for VS Code isn't very good. So for Java. So anyway, so now it's showing us peach. So we could just put here, we could just say we accessed list of 0, and we can say plus list.get 0, and then it'll tell us that we access peach because we're accessing index 0, which is peach, right? Okay, so basically now we can set. So there's another method called set. It's a mutator method, so we can say list.set 0. We'll set, basically you set an index. So you set an index what you want. So we'll put like blueberries here, something like that. And we're going to set peach to blueberries. And then we will print out our list to show the change. Save and run that. So now as you can see, peach was removed because we set index 0 to blueberries. So originally it was peach, blackberries, apple, banana, pear, mango, orange, plum. So we access list of 0, which was peach, and then we set index 0 equal to blueberries. Now peach has been replaced with blueberries, and then the rest of the array list stays unchanged. So now we can, what else can we do? Blueberries, printed it out. Okay, let's do the remove method. So we can remove an element. And then we can print it out. We can print our list out again to show the change again. We'll print out a list, save and run. So as you can see, we have removed blueberries because we removed index 0. And we can try to print this out. List.remove 0. System.out.println list.remove 0. So it's printing out blueberries because it's removing that. So we can say like we removed plus, no sorry, quote plus with a space. Oh no, it's already got a space, so we'll run that. And then now it should say we removed blueberries. Then after that, it printed out our list again. And then we can remove, why don't we remove something from the end, so we can remove plum. So let us remove, okay, so you can remove by index and you can remove by element. So here we'll do list.remove. Oops, sorry, remove. So we'll do plum, not plus, plum. And then we'll say overloaded remove method, remove by element, obj, object. And then here we can say remove by index, and then overloaded remove. That's fine. And then we'll say, so we'll remove it, and then we'll print it again. So system.out.println. We'll just print it out, right? We'll just print it out. Save and run that. Now plum should be removed because we moved by element or object. So that's pretty clear, it's pretty easy, right? So then what else can we do? We can, or we can also say here, just to make it the same as before, we can say we removed plus quotes. That's an extra quote there. Quote there, yeah, that should work. Save and run that. So it'll say we remove plum. No, it did not. What did we do wrong here? We removed whoops, sorry, we didn't do system.out. So system.out.println, we removed Okay, well, what am I doing here? Okay, so we have to take this back. System.out.println, we removed plus list.remove, and then plum in here. That should work, I believe. We'll save that and run it. We remove true. Okay, so it just returns a boolean, I think. Let's see, remove, yeah, returns a boolean. This one returns an int, and this one returns a boolean. So this one doesn't like that, but it still works the same way, as you can see. System.out.println, we removed plus list.remove, plum, we remove true. Okay, so we can just write in here, we remove plum. It's going to remove it, and then our plum should be removed. So there you go, we remove plum true, and then plum was removed compared to the last time that we printed out the list. This one here, plum was there, we removed plum, plum's gone. So then now, what else can we do? We can do the size, so we'll do the size method. So we'll system.out.println, then we'll just call list.size. So it's going to print the array list size. So just run that. So the size is 6. So 0th element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a length of 5 for that array list. So it's the same as arrays. Now we'll just do, what else can we do? We can ask if the list is empty, so we can system.println, and then we'll just call list.isEmpty. List.isEmpty. So if it returns true if the list is empty, false otherwise. So return false because our list is not empty. There's elements currently stored in our list, array list. So then now we can print out our list again. That'll just print out our array list one more time. And then now we'll do a line here. We'll just print out a line. And then we can iterate through our array list using a for loop. So we can do for int I equals to 0. Then we'll do I is less than list dot size. So it's similar to an array, except you don't use index of I. You just call dot size instead, and then you just go same as array I++. And then here we just print out system.out.println, and then we just call the get method to access I. That's it. So just save and run that. That should work. So it printed it out down instead of across. Maybe we could do this instead. So instead of print line, just do print. So there you go, it's all in one thing. So let's add a space here. That should help organize it. So it has printed it out without the brackets, but it still prints it out. You could just kind of add those in if you wanted to, but it's okay. So here we'll do, we'll just say iterate through array list with for loop, and then here we can we'll do an enhance for each loop, so we can say for, and then you create a string. So for string, we'll just call it list objects is equal to list. That's how I remember this thing in the middle. I just say is equal to, and then I just do then you just do system.out.println, and then we just call list objects, and then plus space. Save and run that. Should work. Let's print it out in a line again. So change print ln to just print. So there you go, it's printed it out twice. System.out.print. Maybe let's just leave it like that then. Or we can do a space. Oh, that's why I think. Let's do a space here. System dot. Well, where's it with it's with this line here. System.out.print line. Just print a blank line. That should help us separate it. There you go. Now it's separated. So our array list got printed there with the for loop, and then our array list got printed there with the for each loop. So after those methods, we'll just do one more method. It's the list.clear method. So we'll just call our list, and then we'll call .clear. So all that does is clear just removes all the elements from the list. The list will be empty after this call returns. We'll just do a blank line here. And we also could have used an escape sequence here, but that's fine, we'll just do that. And then we'll call list.clear, and then we'll just print out our list one more time, just to show that it's been cleared. So we'll just call list, save and run that. So there you go, our list was printed here, array list was printed here. Blackberry is index 1, orange the last index. Same thing here, because we printed out with the for loop, and then here we printed out with the for each loop, and then we printed out our empty array list. So there you go, hope that helps. Thanks.